Hey everybody, this is Melina from ScrapbookingWithMe.com and Me Crafty Scrapper here on YouTube and Instagram. Today is another episode of Scrapbusters, and we are making tags with creative tucks. Now, I know some people are going to think, oh, those are easy, just put a tuck on the side of it. But we're trying to come up with new and inventive ways of adding on our tucks. And of course you can use scraps as your tucks. But for this challenge, the tag shape on the back, you can cut that out of anything. Use, you can clip off the edge of a credit card and use it as your tag template topper. I have this punch, and we have more of these ordered. They're just on back order with our supplier. But that's what I'm going to be using in this video to make my tag corners. But for your tuck, I don't want it to be your regular old little triangle, kind of like secretarial pocket tuck, or, just a straight line going all the way down. Let's jazz it up a little bit and add some unique corners, or add it in a different spot, or, you get the idea. I'm even going to make one that has a tag with a tag tuck. So this one was my little prototype, and this is just a piece of scrapbook paper that I inked and then did my little tag corners on. Added a hole with my crocodile, and then put in some hemp twine at the top. This was just a scrap piece of scrapbooking paper, and I did my tag corner punch on all sides. So I'm leaving this part of my tag base left open, and then just put on a little Tim Holtz, what are those? The number strips. And then this is another piece of scrap paper that was one of the cut-aparts from some collection I had. And I just put on a washi sticker, and it goes right behind there. Okay, so there's one example. You can use all kinds of stuff. You can fold up some of your dyed papers as your little journaling spots you're going to tuck in behind these tucks. You can use the cards you have left over from those pocket scrapbooking page days that you had. These are just 3x5s, and we're going to make something with those in just a minute. This is the tags that when I spilled that ink the other day in that video. This is one of those tags, and I'm going to use that as my tuck space on one of these. But these are very easy, and they use up lots of scraps. So that's why I like making them. And then I love tags anyway. So this one is just a piece of scrap green cardstock that I had in my stash. And then I used the Victorian ceiling stencil that we have in the shop from B&E Designs. So there's the Victorian ceiling stencil, and I used my walnut stain ink and stenciled on top of this green cardstock. And then this is just a piece of scrap paper that just so happens to have a bird right in the middle of it, and I love that. So I used my corner rounder on two sides, used my crocodile to make the hole, put in some lace trim. And then for this one, instead of using glue, that's why I didn't do anything there, because that's where my tuck spot's going to be. I'm going to put this on with staples using my Tim Holtz tiny attacher. And we have these in the shop if anybody's looking for that and don't have the Tim Holtz tiny attacher. So here's my tuck space. And you can add whatever you would like there. Some things might be a little too wide, like that. But then you can even add things all the way back behind it. so that you can barely even see what it is, or add larger pieces like that, but you've got this little tuck space on your tag. I love these. This one, again, it was just a piece of scrap cardstock that I had in my stash. Okay, and then I'm going to add this on like so, which that is a little bit wider of a tag than what you would normally make, but I do like that width. This is 3 1/4 wide. And then this little tag here can go on the side, and we can even make a tab spot. I'm going to staple this one on too, but then I'm going to make a little tab here on the edge of it. So let's find something that might go along with that in our bowl o' scraps. I just thought a little tab on the edge of it, that would make it even more unique. I would like to find maybe some little newsprint or something to go on the edge of that. Maybe this. Okay, let's fold it in half here and see if we can't get a double-sided tag or a tab, and I'm not too concerned if it's the words are all the right way. Oh, I like that. Okay, we're going to staple it on, and over the staples, that's cute. I like that. And then I've got some decorating to do on top of that also. Let me put that back up here. I'm going to do some decorating on top of this. See, for this one, really didn't need that much decorating. Didn't want to cover up all of that. And this one needs no decoration whatsoever. It's beautiful as is. And so this one, even though it has all that ink on it, it's still kind of plain. So I would like to do a few other things to that. I've already inked my tag platform. Now let's pull this down almost to the bottom, and then I'm going to staple it on as soon as I see that it is straight, and get as close to the edge as you can when stapling it on. So I'm going to go on this side of this tag, and let's ink this little tab up. These are so cute inside of big pockets in your journals. Okay, put a little bit of glue on both tab edges and put that over my staples so you can't see the staples anymore. Alright, and let's decorate this one just a little bit. Move our stapler over. And this is the stamped images that I fussy cut out a few videos back on. I like that. Let's pull this up just a little bit. And from Coco Rosa, I had that Happy Mail from Coco Rosa. Oh, I like it like that. So let's glue this piece down. And then this is one of those flutterbys from Miss Julie at Camellia Crafts Designs. And I'm good with it hanging over the edge of this a little bit. Just don't glue that part of the wing down. And maybe even a little word label of some kind. I think up here on the actual tag base, I'll put that on. And I'm not concerned about it not being trimmed up exactly right. I like it to look handmade. Okay, and just put that in the middle, as close to middle as possible, under there. And I've already punched my holes. I'm going to put some hemp twine in this one, a little tag tuck on the front. And then I'm going to put some seam binding in the base. Like that. And if you're just dealing with scrapbook paper, it's not cardstock, which this is pretty much paper. Just be easy whenever you're pulling on that string. Whatever you put in there, you don't want to tear your scrapbook paper, your tag base. So see, there is another one. I really like that one, even though that is not really traditional journal colors that you would use in like a vintage journal. I still like that. Like those colors. I might dirty that up just a little bit more on that side. Like that. And then you can add in all kinds of things to that one. Look how good a 3x5 card sits in there behind that one. Very cool. Lovely. I like that one. Another idea, you can have more than one tuck spot. So I'm going to do my corners with my tag corner punch. And this is just one of those Project Life cards that I had sitting around. I'm going to move these that way so I can get up a little better for you so you can see. And these are just some little, I don't really know what to call them. They're tiny little cards that have vintage ad print, things like that on them, dictionary page, but they're glossy. And we had received these in an E-Club kit not too long ago, and I didn't use all of them, and I thought, how can I use those in other ways than just decorating my journal page? And I thought of this. So we'll see if this works. More than one tuck space. Now we're working with a small platform here, 3x5, and we've cut off those top corners. So let's just see if this works. I'm going to use some liquid glue, just one tiny little line down this one side here. And then same thing with this one, but on the opposite side. And maybe just not have them exactly the same on both sides. One's up just a little bit further. I'm going to press that down with my messy rag so maybe I don't get glue all over my fingers. Okay, and while we're waiting on that to dry, which is another good thing about using stapler, you don't have to wait on anything to dry. We can go ahead and put in our top hole and then find us some trim to go in that. And let's just use some crochet string, thread, whatever. Ooh, there's another little thing we could tuck. Just this little bitty bit. Like that. And really that's a little bit too long. Let's trim that off a little bit. And you could do all kinds of little decorations on the fronts of these if you wanted to. You could put on a word label if you wanted to. Let's add on a couple of enamel dots. And then maybe one tiny one up here in the corner. Okay. Now this one is very scrapbookish looking, but I'm still loving that really big, really big tag. And I am not an orange or yellow fan, but I like that one. Okay, so these should be dry enough now. So you could add little snippets of things back behind your two tucks and have the more decorative one on top, but you've got a little decorative, you know, creative, different kind of tuck spot on your tag. I just thought this was very cute. Very cute way to display your scraps that you have just lying around and you're not doing anything with anyway, so might as well make something cute out of them. I like that one. So very, very easy way to create some beautiful tags, and you're using up scraps. I really want to make another one. This is another one of the Project Life cards. I'm going to use my largest, nope, not that. My largest tag topper cut. And I'm going to ink. And the great thing about some of these little Project Life cards is on the back, they have the perfect spot for writing already. This one, look, already got the lines and stuff. So you're really making tags, but journal spots too. And then they've got extra journal spots on top of them, whatever you tuck inside your little tucks. Now let's just find a scrap piece of paper and make a little unique tuck on this one. Okay, this paper would never be used again if I don't use it here, so why not? So I'm going to cut that off. Okay, that would look very good right there, but I don't want to just do a tag like that. Let's do, okay, I'm going to just tear off the corners, just this back, the back two corners, like that. Okay, and I'm going to ink it all the way around. I really like that black and white strip or design there on that, so I'm going to leave that as is. And then you have a different looking, I like that. And it's simple. That was so simple, y'all. I really like that. And I like it up just a little bit. I don't want it all the way at the bottom. I'll have plenty of room to add ribbon or whatever at the top. And I think what I'll do is just put on some ribbon and staple it to the top there. So what I'll do with this is I'm just going to glue right there on that one edge, just a little bitty line, and maybe just come up just a touch and then down just a touch where those torn corners are. Like that. And don't squish too hard because you know you're using liquid glue and it'll get out into your tuck space there. All right, let's go ahead and figure out, I think I'll just use some of this hemp twine again, but let's double it up and staple it on. So, since we're not tying it on, we don't have to have as much. Get 2 pieces. And then kind of twist them at the bottom. And then we can add them on to the top. My twist didn't work too well, did it? I think I'm going to just tie a knot. Let's tie a knot kind of in the middle. Like that. And then we can put that on. Make sure my prongs went all the way through since it was a knot that it's stapled on top of. Oh yeah, that's different. I like that. Okay, so now our tuck space is there. And do we want to add something here? Maybe. Let's see what we got over here in our little... Oh yeah, we could do that. That is from one of those Coco Rosa dies that we used. That will work. Let's trim it off there and then trim it off there and add that little jewel onto there. That's cute. I like that. Let's do. And just barely get me a few little dots of glue on the back side there. And then line it up. That's cute. I like that. And you've got plenty of room for scrap pieces. That is a really big piece of food color dyed paper too that I just folded up for a journaling spot. And look, it fits on there nicely. So another idea for a creative tuck is getting out your paper punches. I love circles, so that's what I have the most of as far as paper punches go. And you could make small little tucks with your circle punches. So let me show you what I'm talking about here. Make my top tag punch outs and my top hole for my trim. Ink the edges. And this is again one of those Project Life cards I just had laying around. It's got a nice place for writing on the back side. And then this is just some wood grain scrapbook paper I had left just sitting around. And I like it like this, kind of just barely hanging off there. So I'm going to put me some liquid glue here and then just barely curve it a little bit. And add that on like that. And you can trim off that edge if you want to, or leave it as is. I'm fine with it hanging over some. And then you could add on a little die cut of some kind and a word phrase or some kind of little cutout. So I've got this little mushroom die cut, and just glue that onto my circle, and then make room for my little word label at the bottom. Then you could decorate the base of the tag any way you wanted to also. And there's your little tuck spot on your tag. And it needs some trim at the top. Let's see if this will go through and work. It's a little bit wider of a piece of lace trim that I have, but I think it might work. As long as I don't pull too hard and tear my base, I think we will be fine. Let's pull that a little bit more. There we go. Yep, that works good. And then you could do some kind of little stenciling like I did on that one on here. Let's see what other stencil I've just got here at hand. Here's the coffee one that we have in the shop. I really like this one because it's grungy, and I like grungy. And let's take this out for a second. Get our stencil there on the edge, hold it down really well, and pat, 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 and then swirl, and pat, 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 and swirl. Then come up and get that top edge. And there we go. Got a little bit of character going on with that tag now. It's not just plain. I love that coffee stencil. That is too cute. I'm going to deepen up my distress inking on this one a little bit. Then put my paper back in there, a little journaling paper. Cute! These are so cute and so easy, y'all. I'm loving them. Okay, now this one, I guess this one can be my last one. I'm having too much fun though. This one is another one of those tags that I sopped up ink with the other day on on that video. Oh me. And this is a little piece I had left from another project. I just cut it off. I didn't need it. And I thought that would be cute as a little tuck spot on there. And we can even do just a little bit of stamping of some kind of steampunk this up a little bit. Field Notes stamp set. We have these back in stock in the shop, if y'all didn't know that. They were out of stock forever. They were on back order forever. So we just now got them back. I think I want this Field Note label here. And get my stamp block, and just in my walnut stain where this empty space is, I'm gonna just give it a little character right there, right about there. Cute. And then that added over there, and ink my edges. I think that's gonna be good. Let's ink this. I'm going to take this away now because that tag is very, very stark white. All the way around. Nice. And then add this little tuck space on like this. I might even add this on top of some torn. Yeah, let's do that. Just so it has even more character to it. Let's add it on top of a piece of dyed paper and just have the dyed paper kind of barely showing out the front side of it. And then rip that like this and have, oh yeah, have the torn paper kind of hanging off the back edge too. I like that. Let's glue this together. We need those two pieces together so whatever we tuck back behind it won't get snagged. Okay, and then all over the back of this piece, and this piece is not even cut straight, and I do not care because I probably hand cut it off of whatever I had been going to add it to. So right down the middle, and then wipe up our excess glue like that. Oh, I like that. Totally grungy, and I love it. Okay, so just right along that main piece, one tiny little glue line. Whoop, I almost put it on backwards. Y'all need to yell at me when I do that. Okay. And then just hold that down nice and steady. I love that. I can't pick a favorite, but this one's close. That grunginess to that one is mwah, wonderful. And then you can add in all kinds of little things back behind it. Too stinking cute. Look at that. Adding just some book page. That is cute. Let's add a topper, and I think we'll be good to go. Got some sheer ribbon that I never ever use anymore, sadly. What was it that got us away from using ribbon in our paper crafting? I just don't use it anymore, and I have spools and spools and spools of it. Okay, bring our tails through there. Then you can pull pretty good on these little tags because they're nice and stiff. Good, heavy quality cardstock. I love these, y'all. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you make one, of course, remember to use the hashtag #MsScrapBusters so that I can find you and leave you some love. And I will have you some still shots up close and personal shots of these at the end. And y'all have a great day. I'll see you in the next video. Hope you love these. God bless. Bye, y'all.